Good morning and welcome to Sunday Funday Morning Coffee with Sandy. Good morning. Mm, hot and strong. Oh, and look, can you see? Bailey's here. Bailey does not like to miss morning coffee. I mean, I can kind of count on him to pop through that door at the very last second. I think he enjoys it. I don't know. Maybe he just likes being near his mom. I'll drink to that. Oh, they're all here this morning. I have 3 dogs in here with me. I guess as opposed to a 3-dog night, it's a 3-dog morning. Woohoo! So I know I told you every morning I work on my daily sheet. Here, let me show you what it looks like. My daily sheet that tells me, what my day's going to be like, what I'm grateful for, what my mood's going to be. I get everything set up early in the morning. And even my favorite part, which is to turn stuff over to universe that I just don't feel like I can handle on my own, right? Some days I jump right into that, and some days like today, sorry, my eyes are really bad this morning. Some days I just can't finish it before I meet with you. And I think that's because, well, I'm having a little trouble setting my own mood for later. I don't want you to think it comes that easily. There's that one sentence that says, this is what my mood's going to be today. Like, I'm not going to let the circumstances of life determine how I behave and how I feel. This is how I'm going to be. And the circumstances are just going to have to meet up with that, right? Sometimes I have no trouble doing that. I mean, if you look back over, a year of these sheets for me, it's my mood's going to be cheery. It's going to be happy. It's going to be grateful. It's going to be joyful. I mean, I wouldn't set out to have a bad day is what I'm telling you. And then there are days like today when it comes time to fill that in, it feels disingenuous for me to say it's going to be a great day. I'm going to be in a great mood all day long. Yeah. So I need to and I'm doing that with you right now, by the way. I'm kind of talking it through. Good morning, Jamie. What's happening? Good person to be here for that because you'll understand this. There are just days when I look at that sheet and I can't honestly say, I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to be joyful today. It's a nice idea, but it doesn't feel right yet. So I'm kind of letting it sit. I left that fairly blank this morning until I get myself talked into this. Because the truth is, whatever happens today is going to happen anyway. My attitude about it is going to have a whole lot of influence on how my day goes and how I feel. Okay, so here's what's going on. They're supposed to re-deliver the refrigerator today, new refrigerator. Now that should be very exciting, right? It's very stressful because I'm going to play tennis and I'm not going to be here when it gets delivered to keep things calm. So I'm going to have to be so calm that my happy calm stays here even when I'm at tennis. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. So today my mood will be calm and my focus will be on keeping the rest of the planet calm. Okay, I have a job. I have a job to do, that's all. Do you see this mug? This was Sunday, November 6th, 2013. It was my birthday, 6.4K fun run. It was fun too. Or walk, dance, bike, ride, skateboard, skip, or whatever. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? So for my 64th birthday, I had a 6.4 kilometer fun run. There were like 100 people there. We ran along the beach. There were water stops. Here's my favorite part about this. It was a great party. I had t-shirts made. We had, medallions made just like in a regular 10K. We did it like the real thing. We did it like it was a 10K, except it was 6.4. But here's the best part. That was 7 years ago, right? 8 years ago. 8 years ago this year. That means Fritzi was already 90 when we did this. She was 90. And she did the 6.4 kilometer fun run. We did it near the beach and ended at where my son lived then, which was up a little hill from the beach. And I swear to you, that woman was amazing back then. Here she is, 90 years old, trudging along with everybody else, walk running. But when they get to the end and everybody else is exhausted, Fritzi is pushing people up the hill. Seriously. I've never seen anything like it. Here are these, 30 and 40-year-olds and 20-somethings, and a 90-year-old is pushing them up the hill so they can make it all the way to the end. She was feisty then. She's feisty now. May as well give you the Fritzi report, right? Okay, so Fritzi report. I did what I always do, and I sent in, after I spoke with you yesterday, I sent in my, hey, can I get a Fritzi report? And a couple of hours later, well, she's resting, which is, I get a lot. She didn't eat, but she drank. Okay, well, that's keeping her alive, let her keep drinking. Anyway, then I get this call, and it's a call on the portal, and I'm in the living room. So I get to see her on this like giant screen, right? It's like watching a big movie. If I tell you she has never looked cuter, I would not be lying. I don't know who washed her hair for her, but she was all gray curls and soft skin and looking just very colorful in what she was wearing, sitting up in bed. It was another one of those, oh my God, she is so cute. I have to call my brothers and my nephew and my niece and get them all in on this call because, wow, she looks amazing. And so that's what we did. She was not very communicative, I'm not going to lie, but she did know we were there. And every once in a while, she'd shake her head or wave or do something so we know she was with us. She was amazing. I mean, I'm going to stop calling this the Fritzi report and just call it the Feisty report because, man, this woman, she is feisty. Speaking of feisty women, today is Betty White's birthday. Do you know that woman is 99 years old? I mean, she's 99 years old. She's 99 years old, and she's the kind of 99-year-old that if we're going to live that long, we all want to be that. Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. Her attitude about life, she's inspiring. Speaking of inspiring, it's also Ben Franklin's birthday. That guy was, talk about an overachiever, huh? Can you imagine being a sibling of his? Oh yeah, Ben does everything. Benjamin Franklin was an inventor. He was an author. He was a politician. He was a postmaster general. What else did he do? I wrote a list. He was a musician. I don't know what kind of musician he was, but apparently he was also a musician and of course he was a diplomat. Oh, and he was a printer. He was pretty phenomenal, Benjamin Franklin. And hey, I like to keep Ben around as much as I can. Like to keep a couple of Benjamins in my purse. Somebody told me once that hidden somewhere in your wallet, you should have as much money as you would like to make every day. Not necessarily to spend it, just to know that that's what you're worth every day. Or more. Okay, just saying. 1949, the year of my birth. Today is the day that the Volkswagen Beetle was introduced to the United States. Now, come on. Talk about a car that really made it here. a foreign car, especially after a war. And yet the Volkswagen Beetle, the people's car, really made it here. Okay, so I remember being in Australia with my then friend, and or maybe she was even here. And all of a sudden, we're driving along, and I'm driving. She's in the passenger seat, and she hauls off and punches me and yells, "Punch Buggy Blue!" I had no idea what she was talking about. Do you guys play that game? I guess it's international. Whenever you see a Volkswagen, you say punch buggy and then the color of the Volkswagen, and you get to punch whoever's near you. What a great game, right? I just sharing what I know, right? Punch buggy. Yeah. Happy birthday, Volkswagens. This was also the anniversary in 1994 of the big 6.6 LA earthquake. That's a day that my family remembers a lot, not just because a number of people in my close family lost their homes, right? Um, but honestly, we went on a cruise and we left that morning. Yeah, we left all the trouble behind and we went on a family cruise. There were like, I don't know, 12 of us, something like that, 14 of us. And lovable Lenny, my dad, took us all on a cruise. Boy, did we have fun. That was one of the best family vacations ever in the history of ever. No kidding. We went horseback riding on the beach. We went to it was just awesome. We went everywhere. It wasn't a big long cruise. We went to Mexico. Doesn't matter. We saw dolphins, They were awesome on the sides of the ship. Yeah, we all got on a ship and we did a family cruise. We ate together, we played together. It was a great bonding experience. And you know what? No matter what we did together as a family, we had a good time, even if it was just hanging out at home. But this was special. And the fact that it happened especially my niece and my nephew lived independently, but they lived in Northridge, both of them. They still showed up with tales of what their apartments looked like and just decided, okay, we're just going to let it be. Just leave it all behind us. Let's go on a fun trip. We'll deal with it when we get back. A lot of friends lost their houses that day. Not their lives, thank goodness, but their houses. All right, so what is today? That's the past, right? What is it now, you ask me? Okay, how about... Oh, wait, did I forget like a really important birthday? I did. Happy birthday, Michelle Obama. Now, that is one lady who went from, in my book at least, pretty much obscurity to, wow, she's pretty awesome. Have you ever heard her talk? I love to hear her talk. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, doesn't matter. She's just a really cool lady who is very much aware of who she is and what her power is. And she's seems like a real person. That's all. Happy birthday, Michelle. Sandy loves you anyway. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. JB, what a wonderful compliment. I just realized your comment, he was a Sandy, was about Ben Franklin. I wish they'd put me on $100 bill. I'd like to collect those. It is Kid Inventors Day. So if you have a kid at home or a kid in the neighborhood, help them invent something today. What can you do? Yesterday, by the way, I have Max here. We did he wanted to do interviews. So we recorded like a 25-minute interview that we did with microphones and everything. It was very cool. We had such a good time. And when we washed the car, is it possible? This is all I want to know. Is it possible to wash a car with a 10-year-old boy without getting totally sprayed and covered with soap suds? I don't think so. I don't think so. We tried. I told him, like, this is a good shirt that I'm wearing yesterday. I really don't want to get it all messed up with soap and water. But it got messed up with soap and water anyway. No aggravation, no upset, just a question. Is it possible for a 10-year-old boy to help wash a car without getting soaking wet and getting everyone else soaking wet? The fun part, of course, is always climbing on the ladder and getting the top of the car. We just had a good time, that's all. Good time. It is Ditch New Year's Resolutions Day. That's pretty cool, isn't it? You guys get to not do what you said you were going to do this year, but just today. That's it. You get one day off. Okay, this is your free day. So take a pass. It's today. If you said you were going to go on a diet is off today. It is Sunday Funday, and you get to have some fun. Okay. It's also Bootleggers Day. Now, I'm not really sure what this comes from, and I don't know if I've shared this with you before, but first of all, I found a new cousin on 23andMe. We ended up getting in contact with each other and talking for hours on the phone, trying to figure out how we were related. And what we discovered was, hi, Rhonda, if you're watching, that Rhonda's grandfather was my grandfather's brother. Got that? I mean, we're actually very closely related. And then I started telling her stories about her grandfather, who I love to talk about, my great uncle Benny. Speaking of bootleggers, apparently, in my past, there were serious amounts of bootleggers, including, but not limited to, Uncle Benny and possibly even my grandfather. And according to the Chicago Sun-Times, maybe, Chicago Tribune, one of the newspapers, I saw the article, I saw the headline. Uncle Benny, who was a bootlegger, one day in Chicago, a big black touring car drives down the street in Chicago. Uncle Benny walks out of a door, a window rolls down, a machine gun comes out the door at the window, and Uncle Benny lies dead on the street. There were pictures and everything. My great Uncle Benny is actually in the who's who of American gangsters. And Rhonda, far as I can tell, that was your grandpa. How cool is that? I mean, might not have been cool at the time, but in retrospect, it's kind of cool, isn't it? I mean, how many of us have gangsters in our history? But if you're going to be a gangster, at least I don't think he murdered people. I mean, he just made booze. Good on him, right? And speaking of which, it's Hot Buttered Rum Day. If ever there was a drink that sounded disgusting to me, it would be hot buttered rum. Can't even imagine it. But if you're into it, today's the day. Go make yourself a big drink. It's also Cable Car Day. So if you happen to be in San Francisco, I don't even know if they're running right now. But they're open air, right? And if you're wearing a mask and you're in a cable car and you're sitting every other seat, I think you could still go for a ride. I give you permission. I give you permission to be careful and wear that mask and social distance. Disinfectant sprays. Get your thumbs ready, right? But remember, you still have to live a life. So get some fresh air, get some exercise, take a walk, take a hike, ride a bike. There are things you can do. Stay strong. Stay strong and believe in the power that you have to take any circumstances and have it be okay. Not right, not good, but you can get through it. Like today's word art says, the word art that's on What Do I Say, What Do I Do, and word art by Sandye right now, that word art, today's word art says, times are tough. So are we. So today, I invite you to have a Sunday fun day and be tough. My personal goal is to stay positive, absolutely positive, not necessarily joyful. I just need to get through it with a positive attitude and calm. I will stay calm and I'll give you a refrigerator report tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.